Welcome back to the Black Wealth Creator Podcast, where we help uplift the Black community through financial education. Let's talk about your personality. Are you nice? Are you funny? Are you lovable? Do you like long walks on the beach? Nah, I'm just joking. We're not talking about that type of personality. Today, we're going to discuss money personalities. There are 5 types. So we're going to discuss those 5 types, and then we're going to discuss how. We're just going to give you a little bit of advice if you are suffering from these types. Type number 1, big spender. A big spender is a person who likes to show off. They love to show off. They love to show what they got. I got this new car. I got this new house. And they like to do it extravagantly. It's called a big spender. They like to show it off. They don't like to keep up with the Joneses. They like to be the Joneses. They like to show off the brand new J's, or I got some brand new rims on my car. Like, y'all check this out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And so they tend to not care about how much it costs. And they tend to be big consumers. So they just like the newest products, the newest wave. They love to be it. They love to be the talk of the town. So this is a big spender. Number 2, the saver. The saver is, this personality type is completely opposite of the big spender. The saver type, they like to save. As the name implies, they like to save on every little thing. They don't care what it is. They just like to save. It costs $50 to do what? It's like, ma'am, this includes Hawks tickets to the Georgia Aquarium, tickets to the Water Coat, and a ticket to the trolley around town. $50. Oh no, that's too much for me. But they like to save. When I think of a saver, I think of Julius off of Everybody Hates Chris. Do y'all remember that show? Like, on Everybody's Hates Chris, Julius was like, yo, you're wasting $5.16 worth of energy by leaving these lights on. You just threw away $2.25 worth of eggs because everybody in the family didn't eat. It's like Julius knew it down to the very cent. Julius also worked 2 jobs, just to let you know. But it just makes me think of Julius when I think of a saver. Like, they know it down to the very cent. So this type, they love to save. So you were to look in their savings account. Oh my goodness. Like, they love to save. Like, they would be called a cheapskate maybe, or very frugal. So this is what a saver is. Type number 3, the shopper. So now the shopper loves to spend money. The shopper loves to spend money. Like, they don't even have to have money, and they love to spend money. Like, they can't do without going to the store and getting a deal, or they love the thrill of the sale. They love the thrill of the deal. Like, they love when an item is originally worth $60 and they can get it for $15. Oh, that's the highlight of their day. So this is the shopper. Now, the difference between the shopper and the big spender is that the shopper doesn't necessarily have to be like big name brand, flashy, all this. They just mostly care about the sale. Like, could I get it on sale? Like, they don't even have to be able to use the item or to use the product, but they're just like, is it on sale? If it's on sale, I might get it. If it was originally $120 and now it's for $40, I might get it. Even if they don't have the money to pay the $40. Like, even if it's because it's not an item that you really needed, but you just saw it was on sale for $20 and you're like, $20. And then they tend to rationalize what they are spending. And so this is what a shopper does. They tend to rationalize their head, and it's a good deal, so I can do something with it. So they love the thrill of the sale. Number 4, the debtors. You know, in the Bible, we say, forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors. The debtors are people who spend money that they don't have. And so, like, kind of like the shopper, or kind of like the shopper. They spend money that they don't have. But with the debtor, it's not necessarily that they didn't have the money, but it's because of their lack of financial knowledge and understanding that they tend to just mismanage their money. And then once you've mismanaged your money and you need money that you don't have, you tend to turn to credit cards, or you tend to turn to payday loans, or you tend to turn to, like quick pay loans or whatever, or borrowing from friends and family, like ruining those relationships because you failed to understand money. And this group is the group that I really like want to reach the most, because it's not so much that they are like want to keep up with the Joneses. I mean, they might have a little bit of that, maybe depending on what their purchases are, or it's not necessarily that they just want to spend and find a deal, but no, they really, it's just a lack of knowledge and a lack of education surrounding finances. And so they tend to just make poor financial decisions. And once you've made poor financial decisions, you're going to find yourself in a place where you're poor financially. Like once you make poor financial decision after poor financial decision after poor financial decision, then you're going to find yourself financially poor. And so these debtors, that's where they find themselves, normally financially poor, where they're having to depend on a loan to make ends meet. They're having to depend on, like, their credit card has become a part of how they live. It's become a part of their actual budget. They budget their credit card. So they know if I pay 40, interest is going to be this much, and it might give me $25 left over in available credit, and I can use that to help me with gas this week. Or maybe I have to go over the limit, so I just keep and you're like, Al, how do you know all this stuff? Because I've been there and I've done that. Like, I've been there. I've been in a place where it was like, you got a credit card and it has $700 limit, and you need to buy groceries this week, and it currently has $125 available on it. I've been that person who's spent $120 on groceries. Maybe even if I have to use a little cash to keep it at that $120 mark. I've been there where I spend that $120 on the card, and then I have to go turn around and go buy gas. Now the thing about most gas pumps, they're gonna just hit your card for maybe $1. Most of them, some of them will hit you for even more to make sure you can afford it. But for most gas points, they're gonna hit you for that $1 to make sure that at least this card has $1 in there, and then you can pump as much as you want. So I put $60 in a tank when I only had $5 available. Now, what type of person, like, where am I? I'm a debtor. Like, that's why I'm like, I sympathize with them the most, or I connect with these people the most, because I've been there and I was there, like I'm climbing out of that. And so I sympathize with these people the most, because it's not so much that you're a bad person. It's just the fact that you mismanage your money, or for a lack of education, or a lack of understanding how debt works, or how credit cards work, or even just how spending works. Like, it's not just gonna happen like that. Like, I'm not putting a limit on God or anything, because that was my mindset. Oh my God, gonna come down and send me this big old $1 million check, and it's gonna make everything all right. And it's just like, that's not how it works. It works with me taking out the time and making the effort to make it work, because God has given me all the resources I need. So I just need to make it work using his resources that he gave me. And that's the wisdom of my mind and the wisdom of people trying to help me and show me, like, okay, you're spending too much. You need to cut back on your spending. You need to find a more affordable place. You need to buy a more affordable car. You need to do these types of things, and then you can start seeing yourself in a better place. But the people in this debtor, and like I said, I just empathize with them the most, and they're really who I'm trying to catch the most, because I'm just like, become more financially educated, and things are going to get better for you when you start making better financial decisions. So that's the debtor category. I'm sorry I took so long. I mean, like I said, I love that category, and that's really who I aim to reach on this channel, because we're here to educate you. And if education is your main lack, then we're perfect together. So that's a debtor. Number 5, the investor. So the investor is the person who understands finances, the person who allocates their money towards investments, and their ultimate goal one day is to live off the money that's being generated from their investments. And particularly that would be considered passive income, whether we're talking about dividends, whether we're talking about the just the monthly payments. Maybe you got a whole lot of different properties and stuff that you own, like rental properties and stuff like that, and then you're able to live off the rental properties as well as take care of the rental properties. You're able to live off the money that's coming from them, so you can just not stay in bed all day, because you're going to still be working, trying to build your empire, like trying to build your legacy and your dynasty for your kids, but you still would be they would be financially sustained just from your investments. And so that's what an investor does. And so in all honesty, this investor person is who I'm trying to create, like who I'm trying to become more of, and who I'm trying to create through this channel, like people who know how to understand finances and who know what to do with their money. So that's my ultimate goal, to create investors. Fixes. So how do we fix people who are dealing with these financial personality types? And like, I'm not broken, I don't need fixing. So okay, I take that word back. How do we assist you? How do we help you become better at it? Because in all honesty, all of them are needed. We need savers, we need spenders, we need shoppers. Like, we need people. That's how the market grows and continues, because people buying and people are saving in banks, and banks are using that money to make more money and generate things and give careers to people. And so it all works together. So we all need each other. We need people spending money. We need people making big purchases. So we need all these things. How do we help you not get caught up in the trap of it? Like, you can be a spender, but don't get caught up in spending money that you don't have. You can be a person who likes to save, but you don't need to save all your money where you just tend to neglect people who are around you. So how do we help or assist? I won't say fix. How do we help or assist these people? For spenders, shop a little less, save a little more. My main piece of advice for big spenders is to automate your savings. You're going to spend anyway, but if you go ahead and automate your savings, because you have the money to spend on big purchases, that means you probably have the money to save a little bit more. So you just go ahead and save. That way you can have money for a rainy day, and you're able to, then the money that you got in your bank, you can just use it. So I would definitely recommend that you automate your savings. Savers, I'm just recommending that you enjoy life. Like, life is short. Like, people die at 35, 40. People die at 20, 15. People die any day, and you don't want to be that person who's like not enjoy life because it costs you extra $20 to go on that ride. Like, I mean, if you're saving your money, I mean, like, that's a great thing that you're saving your money, but please enjoy life. So my main financial advice to you would be create a budget item, because most of the time, if you're a saver, then you're a budgeter. And so create a budget item for spending. Like, this is like, I'm giving myself $50 this week or $50 a month to just spend on me, like to spend without just to spend, like on a fun adventure or trip or whatever. I'm just giving myself $50 to do that. So I just encourage you to do that. Shoppers, don't spend money you don't have. Like, that's the main thing. Like, I know you're trying to catch a deal, trying to catch a sale, but don't spend money you don't have. My advice to you is to really pay your bills first, pay your savings as well, and then you can go shop the sale. Like, you can go, because I understand, like, I love playing basketball. I like the thrill of basketball. You like the thrill of the sale. So I can understand liking the thrill of a thing and trying to go do it as much as you can. So I understand that. But my main thing is make sure your bills are paid. That way you don't become a debtor. And then also make sure you're saving. That way you can have money to fall back on a rainy day. So that's always my big thing. Rainy day money is so important. Debtors, find a plan and stick with it. Most financial plans, most financial like debt plans, most of them work. Debt avalanche, baby steps, all this stuff, envelope system, cash only system, all these plans tend to work. But you got to find a plan. You got to stick to it. And this is really the only way you're going to start to get out of debt, because I really want to see you get out of debt, because I don't want you robbing this person to pay this person. Like, let's get out of debt. Let's take those steps. Talk to your creditors like, yo, I can't afford this, and that. Is there any way I could pay you this amount? Or is there any way you can give me a month or two to get myself back up on my feet with these other bills, and then I'll be able to pay you more efficiently? And then make sure you actually follow through with that. Investors, bravo. Like, you are where we all trying to get to. You know, like, you are where, like I said, I'm trying to be there more, but you are where we're all trying to get to. So congratulations, and keep rocking out and keep doing your thing. Like, keep investing, because those investments will eventually replace your or supplement your income. So I'm proud of y'all, and look a brother up and give me some advice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just proud of y'all. This has been another episode of the Black Wealth Creator Podcast, where we help uplift the Black community through financial education. Remember, getting money is easy, but building wealth takes time and effort. Anybody can do it, especially you. Be blessed.